Good day everyone, I'm Elizabeth Bracero from BCHM3C and today I'm gonna discuss the Consumer Protection Law. Consumer Protection Law RA 7394. RA 7394 is a Consumer Act of the Philippines of 1991. As the legal basis for consumer protection in the country, the law embodies the state policy on the protection of consumer and establishes standards of conduct for business and industry. And now, let's proceed to 8 consumer basic rights. Number 1, right to basic needs. Number 2, right to safety. Number 3, right to information. Number 4, right to choose. Number 5, right to representation. Number 6, right to redress. Number 7, right to consumer education. Number 8, right to healthy environment. So, what is right to basic needs? Right to basic needs, which guarantees survival, adequate food, clothing, shelter, healthcare, education, and sanitation. With this right, consumer can look forward to the availability of basic prime commodities at affordable prices and good quality. Number 2, right to safety. Right to safety. The consumer should be protected against the marketing of goods or the provision of service that are hazardous to health and life. Of course, as a consumer, we always choose the best and safety food that we eat for ourselves to prevent food poisoning and other hazardous effects. Other example is when buying appliances, consumers should always check its quality control or certification sticker to make sure its quality and its safety performances. Number 3, right to information. Right to information. The consumer should be protected against dishonest or misleading advertising or labeling and has the right to be given the facts and information needed to make an informed choice. For example, when we are buying medicine for our loved ones, we should always check its label, expiry date, manufacturer, and other substances to make a good and trusted decision in choosing products or services. Number 4, right to choose. Right to choose. The consumer has the right to choose from among various products at competitive prices with an assurance of satisfactory quality. So, when we are buying shoes, we usually choose what can satisfy us the most. Siyempre, depende rin ito sa kalidad at sa presyo ng isang produkto, katulad nga ng sapatos. Number 5, right to representation. Right to representation, the right to express consumer interest in the making and execution of government policies. For example, when we have concerns about the product we purchase, we expect to heard by the business, government, agencies about our complaint or concerns. Number 6, right to redress. The right to be compensated for mispresentation, shoddy goods, or unsatisfactory service. For example, if the consumer buy a product like cell phone and after 2 days of using the product is suddenly blacked out, the consumer has the right to file a refund or to request a new one. 7, right to consumer education. Right to consumer education, which is the right to acquire knowledge and skills necessary to be informed customer. So, as a consumer, we always have the right to learn what are rights. Number 8, right to healthy environment. Right to a healthy environment, the right to live and work in an environment which is neither threatening nor dangerous and which permits a life of dignity and well-being. And now let us all know the 5 consumer responsibility. Number 1 is the critical awareness. The responsibility to be more alert and questioning about the use of and the price and quality of goods and service we use. Number 2, action. The responsibility to assert ourselves and act to ensure that we get a fair deal. Remember that as long as we remain passive consumers, we will continue to be exploited. Number 3, social concern. responsibility to be aware of the impact of our consumption on the other citizen, especially the poor, exploited, disadvantaged, or powerless groups, whether in the local, national, or international community. Number 4. The environmental awareness. The responsibility to understand the environmental consequences of our consumption. We should recognize our individual and social responsibility to conserve our natural resources and protect the earth for future generations. Number 5 is the solidarity. The responsibility to organize together as consumers to develop the strength and influence to promote and protect our interests. Next one is the other consumer protection law under Republic Act of the Philippines, RA 7394. So what is the DTI mission? DTI is the main economic catalyst that enables innovative, competitive, job-generating, inclusive business and empowers consumers. Consumer Protection Group or CPG. Heighten consumer vigilance for quality and safe products and service from responsible suppliers. Engage professional organizations to strengthen consumer redress mechanism. Partner with critical private business organizations to promote ethical business practices. Number 1, Consumer Act of the Philippines, Republic Act 7394. Provides protection to consumer against hazards to health and safety and deceptive, unfair, and unconscionable sales acts and practices. Implementing agencies. Department of Trade and Industry or DTI, Department of Agriculture or DA, Department of Health or DOH, Department of Education or DepEd. Next one is the relevant provisions. Consumer Product Quality and Safety, Deceptive, Unfair, and Unconscionable Sales Acts and Practices, Consumer Products and Service Warranties, and last is the Labeling and Packaging or price tag. Deceptive Sales Acts and Practices, Articles 50 and 51, Republic Act 7394. Ano-ano naman ang mga paglabag na kasakop ng Deceptive Sales Act and Practices? So, inducing a consumer to enter into sales, lease, or avail of service is one of them. Next one is the concealment. False representation, fraudulent manipulation, and generally, when an establishment lies to you or hides a material fact to entice you to buy, he has committed a deceptive sales act. Article 60 Penalties. Ang sinumang tao na mapapatunay na lumabag sa batas ay maaaring magbayad ng 500 at hindi tataas ng 10,000 o makulong ng 5 buwan o hindi tatagal ng 1 taon. Product Service and Warranty, Chapter 3, RA 7394. A contract whether expressed or implied between the buyer and seller of a consumer product or owner of a service firm concerning the rights and obligation of both parties. Next one is the designation of warranty. So, andito nga yung repair, replacement, or refund. Number 3 is the duration of warranty. Stipulation of seller and consumer on the period. 60 days to 1 year following the sale of a new consumer products. Application of warranty. Article 73 Penalties. Ang sinumang tao na mapapatunayan na may paglabag sa batas ay maaaring magbayad ng 500 pesos but not more than 5,000 pesos, or an imprisonment of not less than 3 months but not more than 2 years, or both upon the discretion of the court. A second conviction under this paragraph shall also carry with it the penalty to or revocation of his business permit and license. So, maaari siyang mawalaan ng permit. So, ano naman ang labeling and fair packaging? Chapter 4, RA 7394. It provides for the minimum labeling requirements of all consumer products domestically sold, whether manufactured locally or imported. So dito nakahalaga yung mga mahahalagang impormasyon sa isang produkto sa label. So, what are the minimum labeling requirements? So, kailangan meron siyang registered trade name or brand name, registered trademark, registered business name, address of the manufacturer, importer or packer of the consumer product in the Philippines, general make or active ingredients, net weight or of contents, country of manufacture if imported. If consumer product is manufactured, refilled, or repacked under license from a principal, the label shall state the pack, flammable or inflammable, direction for use, warning or toxicity, wattage, voltage, or amperes, process of manufacture if necessary. So those are the minimum labeling requirements that we should see in a product if necessary. So next one is the penalty. Article 95 penalties. Any person who shall violate the provisions of Title 3, Chapter 4 of this Act of its implementing rules and regulation except Article 81 to 83 of the same chapter shall be subject to a fine of not less than 500 pesos but not more than 20,000 pesos, or imprisonment of not less than 3 months but not more than 2 years, or both, at the discretion of the court, provided that if the consumer product is one which is not food, a cosmetic, drug, device, or hazardous substance, the penalty shall be a fine of not less than 200 pesos, but not more than 5,000 pesos, or imprisonment of not less than 1 month, but not more than 1 year, or both, of the discretion of the court. Next one is the price tag. Article 81, 83, RA 7394. A consumer product sold in retail shall bear an appropriate price tag. Label or marketing indicating the price of the article. Consumer products shall not be sold at a price higher than the stated in the price tag. So, unfortunately, marami pa rin ang mga nagtitinda na lumalabag sa batas. So, ano naman ang magiging penalties pag lumabag sa price tag? So, according to Article 95, penalties, fine of not less than 200 pesos but not more than 5,000 pesos, or by imprisonment of not less than 1 month but not more than 6 months, or both, at the discretion of the court. A second conviction under this paragraph shall also carry with it the penalty of revocation of business permit and license. So, mawawalan ka ng business permit. And these are the reference that I gathered from my report. Yun lang po. Thank you.